Hi everyone, my name is Raghavendra. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I work with EduVisa Services. Today we are coming up with the video about the basics of Canada Study Permit application. This video is the first of a series in which we'll have more videos to discuss about details about everything you need to know about the Canadian Study Permit application. So if you're looking to apply for a Canadian study visa for yourself or for any of your loved ones, please make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification icon. Okay, let's get started. So this is the official IRCC website. And in my opinion, if you need an overview of any of the immigration streams in Canada, any processes, the official website is definitely the best resource for you to refer and to make sure that whatever anyone is telling you is correct. So we'll just be discussing a few things that are mentioned on the official website, and I will definitely try and make things more comprehensible to you in easier words, in easier language. So let's just quickly start. So this is, again, the official IRCC website. This is an introduction of what a study permit is. And so that it's the document that any foreign national would require if they intend to study in Canada for more than 6 months. And then the study permit fee is $150, which is payable to IRCC when you submit your study permit application. There is an additional fee of biometrics, which is which is payable by anyone who's applying for the Canadian study visa for the first time. If you have applied for visitor visa in the past and you've given your biometrics in the last few years, then also you can use the same biometrics and you don't need to give it again. But if this is your first ever application to Canada, then you definitely have to pay for the biometric fee and you have to go for your biometrics. So let's quickly go and see what is the eligibility, who can apply for a Canadian study permit. So you can come to Canada if you are obviously as a fully vaccinated traveler, so which is still there. The COVID is apparently still here, so you need to be a fully vaccinated traveler, otherwise you have other restrictions. You have to definitely be enrolled at a DLI. DLI stands for Designated Learning Institutes. It is not the same as PGWP eligible institutes, so it is just the institutes that are registered in Canada with the provincial governments to provide education to international students. These can be public or private. You have to prove that you have enough money to pay for your tuition fees and to bear your living expenses while in Canada. It is absolutely necessary for the IRCC to see those funds and to make sure that you will not be a burden on the Canadian social welfare or the healthcare system of Canada. You have to be admissible to Canada, which means you have to have no prior criminal records or convictions and no outstanding criminal history. And secondly, you need to be medically fit if you want to come to Canada as a student. If you have medically fit doesn't mean you can't have a high sugar or high blood pressure. Those are fine, but diseases such as tuberculosis or any other disease that might be a threat to the Canadian security or the other people, if you cannot if you can be a threat to other people due to any medical condition, then that is a problem. So you can't come to Canada definitely for that. Now you have to prove to the visa officer through your visa application that you will leave Canada at the end of your stay once you complete your study, which is a little bit of a contradictory statement, and it is confusing for a lot of people. It is in debate for a lot of good reasons also, but this is kind of a mystery to many people around the world, and even to us sometimes it doesn't make sense. So on one hand, the Canadian government wants the students to convert to the work permit and then apply for the PR from there on, so that we can retain the talent and the people who are already settled in Canada, who are contributing to the economy. We don't want them to go. So, but when they apply initially to come as a student, we also want them to prove that they will go back home. So again, this is a kind of a contradiction, but there is no way around it for now. If we allow every student to openly declare that they want to convert as a PR, then that is going to be absolutely chaotic as well. Now you can get your study permit faster if you apply through a student direct stream. Again, this is a question a lot of people are asking. When I tell them that SDS is generally faster, they question me, but there's your proof. IRCC official website, it says the SDS stream is faster. Now, non-SDS stream is a little bit unpredictable. So, at times it can be faster, it can be slower. Depends on the workload at the particular IRCC office. But generally, SDS stream is meant to be faster and with lesser paperwork. So that's about the eligibility. Then you can, on the official website itself, you can find the overview of documents. This is not an exhaustive list. So you need to go and check the country-wise requirements, visa office requirements for that. But in general, you need to have a proof of acceptance or a letter of acceptance from a DLI. You need to have proof of identity, which is generally your passport. You need to have a proof of financial support or financial sufficiency, which means you have enough funds to pay your fees and to bear your living expenses while you are in Canada. You may also need a letter of explanation, which is also referred to as a study plan or a statement of purpose. And this is, in my opinion, the most important document in the application. Not to say that if you forget attaching a passport, it's not that, your application will be approved. But yeah, other than the mandatory documents, this is, for me, it's equally mandatory because this is the basis for the decision on a particular application in most of the cases. So this is where you declare your intent. This is where you clarify. This is where you give enough reasons for visa officer to believe that you are a genuine student. You do not have a long-term kind of vision, even though you might have, but unfortunately, initially you have to prove that you do not have a long-term plan to stay back in Canada. You need to prove that the chosen program of study will be beneficial to your career in your home country itself. So if you're intending to study in Quebec, then you need a CAQ before you apply for the Canadian study permit. There's an additional fee for the CAQ, which is $120, and it takes about 1 month to be processed. So if you're going to Quebec, then you have to start applying much earlier than if you were to go into any other province. So yeah, there might be other documents such as the language sufficiency and your upfront medical test examination proof, IME. It's immigration medical examination. So these are the two documents that are often required by students, whether SDS or non-SDS. So even if not required, it is always advisable to provide these documents to kind of fast track your processing. Okay, so these are just the more details about what those documents mean. If you see in the funds, it says, if you're intending to go and to study in any province other than Quebec, you need to show that you have $10,000 per year for your living expenses. You need to have access to those funds. And if you are going to Quebec, surprisingly, the amount is higher. It's $13,134 per year. Then, like I say, surprising because Quebec is generally a cheaper place to live in. The living expenses are much lower than Ontario or British Columbia, but somehow they need students to pay to prove that they have access to more funds. Now, how to apply? One of the easiest things that you can do, you just need to create an account to answer some of these questions here, and then you'll be redirected to a portal when you create your account, verify your email, and then you start your application. If you have everything ready, then it takes about 1 hour to 1.5 hours to fill out the complete application, upload all your documents, and then you can pay your fees online in the same portal itself. Again, the fee is $235, $150 for the study permit, and $85 for your biometric. After you apply, the first thing that you have to do is you need to go for your biometrics. You get a biometric instruction letter or BIL in about 24 to 48 hours after submitting the application. You need to book your biometric appointment and go and attend the appointment. A lot of students think that it is kind of an interview, but it is not. They're just taking your fingerprints and they're taking your photograph there. just to confirm your identity and store it in their own records. Once the biometric is done, it goes into the queue for processing. When it's time, RCIC officer will pick it, they will process the application and they will enter a decision. If the application is approved, they will send you passport request or a PPR. You have to send your passport for stamping. If unfortunately the application is refused, they will send you a letter in the online portal and give you a reason why the application was submitted. Now it's not like detailed reasoning. It's just a template that they send to almost everyone. But yeah, I hope you don't see that day. But yeah, that's what happens when it comes to a refusal. Okay, now another thing is that a lot of people confuse the counterfoil that comes that is pasted on your passport. They think that it is a visa. That allows you to study, but it does not. So you have to, the counterfoil on your visa is called as a TRV, the temporary resident visa, which just allows you to travel to Canada, book your tickets and take a flight to Canada. When you land at the airport, you have to show a letter of introduction, which is received in the online portal once the passport is stamped. So you have to take a print of that, show it on the airport to the CBSA officer, and then they will print a document and print and give you a document at the airport. That particular document is your study permit. So that will allow you to study in Canada, not the visa or the counterfoil that's on your passport. That doesn't give you any rights in Canada. So this is all about the basics of Canadian study permit application. I hope you found some value in this video. As promised earlier, we will be doing a lot of videos in the series about the Canadian study permit. We will be covering SDS, non-SDS, financials, approvals, refusals, SOPs, everything else. So please make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit the notification icon, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We do a lot of free webinars, so you will get access to our exclusively free webinars through our Instagram channel. I'll see you in the next one.